This is Talk Business and Politics with Roby Brock.
Welcome to today's Talk Business and Politics. I'm Roby Brock, joined by John Brummett of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Nice to see you, sir.
Good to be here, thank you.
Just before we get rolling,
Yes.
I want you to know there was an announcement over the weekend of some pretty big magnitude here that the Hallmark Christmas movie season has begun. And I need to know, as you are a Hallmark Christmas movie fan, have you? I know you did the whole Roku, Hulu kind of thing.
No, I'm an Amazon Fire Stick guy.
Do you have Hallmark Channel? Have
I
you
did
tested?
not purchase it.
What are you going to do?
Roby, listen, I know this is a whole deal you've got. You like to ridicule me for some of the things that I've been kind enough to share. In 2016, when I was distressed by the turn of events in the presidential race, during that holiday period between early November and the first of the year, I found solace in these happy, sweet Hallmark movies.
Syrupy Hallmark movies.
It was going to end happily, and good people were going to win out. And I got through a tough time.
Although one of the main stars now, I think, is facing some criminal charges in a college admission
They've gotten
conspiracy.
rid of her. She'll not be doing any more home. So that was a little aberration. It served its purpose. I don't watch them anymore. I don't even rent that app on my internet streaming service. Mm-hmm. So, could this conclude your ridicule of me for being a Hallmark movie
Almost.
watcher?
I just want you to know that Netflix and Disney are both now pushing Christmas movie season as well. So there's some other options for you.
Oh, well, when I click the remote through all the things I've got, everybody's got Christmas movies up.
You're in good shape.
But Christmas is not a movie unless It's a Wonderful Life. You got to watch that, don't you?
Movie. Yes,
you do. Okay.
I do.
All right. Happy season to you.
Thanks.
You bet.
Just thanks for clearing that up.
Okay.
You know, your fan base needs to understand.
I know
where you're
people
coming from,
who saw me as some sort of irascible, no account, liberal columnist were just stunned that I would watch these sweet, all-American, wholesome movies. But that's the kind of guy I am, or was then.
You're an enigma of sorts, huh?
I'm complex.
There we go.
I'm complex. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about something that's not too complex.
All right.
Let's talk about the U.S. Senate race in Arkansas.
Oh, yeah. That's actually kind of complex.
We've had Josh Mahoney drops out of the race, the Democratic candidate, 2 hours-ish after the filing period closes. The Senator Tom Cotton's folks pretty proud of the fact that they think they ran him out of the race. Mahoney has indicated that there was a family health concern. So,
yes.
where things stand today, do you think that it matters?
See, I don't, but I must quickly say that people more well-versed in contemporary partisan politics and the maneuverings thereof, and I'm not. I was brought up in one-party Arkansas where everything was nominally Democrat, and they were Democrats by default, and races were won by personal popularity, such as bumpers, Pryor and Clinton. So, to me, this is about as inconsequential as anything. Josh Mahoney, nice fella in my brief exchanges with him, but he was not a serious candidate. He had run for Congress in the 3rd District and gotten 32%. And that's not even the most Republican area anymore. I think South and East Arkansas may be more Republican. He was not going to get any money. But I'm having these people tell me, you got to have a full ticket, and you got to have something up ticket that so you can have your coordinated campaigns. And I'm thinking, if you need something up ticket to drive Democrats in this election, Donald Trump ought to be good enough, And I don't think Joyce Elliott needed Josh Mahoney. Wasn't going to do her any good. I don't think Megan Godfrey running for representative, Nicole Clowney running for representative, Clark Tucker running for the Senate. I don't think those Democrats would need it in any respect. Josh Mahoney. So I find it largely inconsequential, but others do not.
Is this the start, though? Because this will free up Tom Cotton, as he has even said in some of the reports that he can go campaign nationally now if he wants to. Is this the beginning of, I guess, maybe Cotton 2024?
Yeah. This is the more interesting thing to me, and I continue to be struck by the fact that his campaign routinely boasts about these kinds of things. They took some credit, and were happy to have it publicized, that Tom Cotton's leadership PAC had gotten involved to ostensibly to help French Hill in the 2nd District, but they now admit we're just trying to take out Clark Tucker. Saw him as a potential threat to the senator. So we attacked him with direct mail and drove the Trump vote. They said, we did it. Good for us. And now, as you know, after Mahoney drops out, they put out a statement to top supporters, which I got hold of, which says basically, we did this. Look what we did. And then you get Dora Webb going up to the political animals in Fayetteville on a joint appearance with Michael John Gray, the Democrat, and saying almost adamantly, if you Democrats try to run somebody else, that's against the law and we will fight you. I think it's mostly about money. I mean, Cotton, as I understand the law, and you probably have a better clear than I do, Cotton can use this $4 million, I think, basically. He can give it to candidates, up to the contribution of Republican candidates. He can give more amounts than that to Republican committees, political committees. He can give it himself to congressional or Republican candidates around the country, say Iowa, say New Hampshire, say others. It lets him do that with the money. Now, he could take some of it and form a charity, as David Pryor did in 1990 when he seeded the Pryor Center for Oral and Visual History, a great treasure for the state. I bet he won't do something like that. I think this will be in service to Republican interests as necessary in Arkansas, and to himself, and to his own ambition. I think he's a logical heir to Trump in the current condition of the Republican Party, which I call a subterranean condition, but still, I think that's where Cotton is. So that's why it's such a big deal. It's not. It's what does this mean to Tom Cotton, and he loves, and his people love. We're unopposed. We've got this money. We can do what we want, and they better not try to run somebody else because that's against the law. So that's where we are. I think. Do you think? No, never mind. Go ahead. Well, I tend to ramble, but the law is, you can't unless the candidate who drops out as the nominee claims cites a personal illness. State law seems to say they can't replace it. This is a heck of a thing to say when you haven't done the research, but I'm always thinking, we don't have a nominee yet. You only have a nominee after the primary. That formalizes a nominee. We have a single candidate for the nomination. Is there an argument, I wonder?
The law on vacancy of candidacy is what you're talking about there, and it does prescribe the same rules for
within a
vacancy
primary
of nomination there. So it's the illness, it's the moving out of state, it's that.
I knew I should bring it up with you.
It's good.
But what I'm going to have to do now is
an educational program.
Well, I need to go make a revision in my Tuesday column. And you could argue there will be a legal battle over this if they try.
No, definitely. If the Democrats put somebody up, you will see that. I've not heard of anybody wanting to step forward into this as well.
And it'll be a place for 35% of the voters to go.
Let's talk about the surprise announcement of Joyce Elliott getting into the 2nd congressional district race. I don't think we saw that one coming more than maybe 24 hours before it did. What does she bring in a second run for Congress? What do you think that she does for the Democrats in the 2nd congressional district, and is she viable to win?
What I think she does is is something that's more and more valuable as an electorate becomes more partisanly polarized. She mobilizes the Democrats, mobilizes them at least as much, if not more, than Clark Tucker did. I've called her the liberal lioness of Arkansas. She's out there fighting this school thing. She's out front, and so the Democrats are going to be really fired up. Now, what does that mean? It means you carry Pulaski County handsomely and then get wiped out in Saline and White. I don't believe she's a viable prospect to win, except there's this thing happening that I don't accept is happening, but people are talking about it, that this impeachment stuff, that Trump is actually taking some erosion in his support. He can't be doing any good in Kentucky with his last-minute appearance. He lost Louisiana. His approval rating in the Arkansas poll was sort of
50-45.
Yeah, that was, so
he's bounced around a lot.
I think the idea is more than mobilize the base, fire it up, galvanize it, go hard, lose for a passionate reason if you're going to lose, and then what if Trump continues to suffer? What about that? But even that, in my view, there's not much coattail effect in Arkansas politics. I think second district voters would consider this race as they consider most races, without not as an extension of the presidential race, but on its own merits. So I wouldn't bet on her chance to win. But it's an interesting concept. Let's just go with what we really believe and see how bad Trump gets hurt.
And I think that she does not only bring that energy to the second district and to some Democratic voters. She's run before, so she can pick and choose what she wants to do.
She knows what not to do.
Yeah, and I think that she will get after French Hill pretty good on a number of occasions. Here's the other thing too. I do think she helps drive some turnout in some suburban legislative races around Little Rock. You got some Midtown, West Little Rock races, like Ashley Hudson, Jim Sorvillo. You've got Carlton Wing and Matthew, whose last name I forget, but he's the firefighter up in that
starts with an S
borderline district there. But
sorry, I forgot.
I'm just saying she helps there. And Little Rock School District, those school board races are next November as well. And there's going to be synergy there on that.
Yes, synergy. I knew there's
I never get to use that word very often.
But this time it actually applies. It's often used as a cliche, but it does apply, and that's interesting. It's, there's a reason I come down here every Monday. It's to get educated.
It's column fodder for you. Now, Republicans do say that they think that she helps turn out their base too.
They do. Did you see Jason Rapert's tweet?
No, but I do.
He congratulated a certain victory the moment she found.
I do think she helps in those local races, though. I do think she helps drive turnout in those local races. So,
and I saw her on your show Sunday, and she's not at all tense about this exercise. It's like, I've been here, I know it's tough, but hey, here I am.
She was as comfortable as John Brummett in the guest chair.
Here I am.
She was.
Here I am.
All right, last but not least, let's talk about impeachment. We did have a series of hearings last week that were public. We're going to have some more this week. Do you think it is moving the needle in public opinion, one way or the other?
What did I just say?
I don't listen to what you say here, John.
You're worried
about
the
next question?
Yeah,
So.
okay.
No, I'm kidding. Something could be in the water is what you
could be.
I boil it down.
I do think this is, some people are starting to get that Trump has misbehaved badly, that what he did in this matter is not good. It's not in service to the greater interests of the country, and that he's a little bit of a wild man. I think that with each continuing revelation, and now that they're on television, and it does move the needle. It moves it slowly, but it moves it. And I think that's what, I think Nancy Pelosi is the only Democrat around who's got a strategic end game thinking. I think she had this thing scoped out pretty much from the start. I mean, we all know how it's not going to end in removal of office, but one, I think she realized I can make the case that this is a responsibility to pursue an impeachment inquiry on this, and two, we can reveal things through people who work for Trump, who work for the Trump administration, testifying as to what happened, that can have some residual or lasting, do some lasting damage to him. And I think we're seeing it happen. Not so much that we need to change the equations affecting Arkansas politics, but because this is one of the most Trump states in the country. But it's happening slowly.
All right, he's John Brummett with the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. You can catch him Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays, and Wednesday online.
Yeah.
We can catch you every day online.
Yeah, every day online and with your iPad every day.
There, yes.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Thank you. Thank you, my man. It's always a pleasure.
That's all for today's edition of Talk Business and Politics. I'm Roby Brock. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
You'll find us at the end of a lot of long country roads, covering over 60% of the great state of Arkansas. Our 17 electric distribution cooperatives are working day and night to provide reliable, affordable power to over 500,000 homes, farms, and businesses, just like yours. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, your local energy partners.
Each day, the promise of our nation begins again. Arkansas and America, moving forward. I help make that promise a reality. It's not for everyone, but people everywhere depend on us.
Oh, I love you too, sweetie.
Trucking delivers, or everything stops. And that's what drives me.